Welcome back to Yahoo Finance Live. A big milestone for Tesla, which opened its fourth gigafactory, the first one that it has in Europe today. CEO Elon Musk opened up a facility just outside of Berlin in Germany. Tesla began the opening ceremony by handing over the first set of production cars that were made at the factory to customers that had placed orders. There was about 30 Model Y that were part of that opening ceremony. Let's bring in Greg Migliore, Autoblog Editor-in-Chief, to talk a little bit more about this. Greg, a pretty significant moment for Tesla moving into the European market, is it not?
This is a big deal for Tesla, for Germany, and the European Union as a whole. It's relatively rare for U.S. automakers to invest in European manufacturing footprints. It's a mature market. It's crowded. The labor costs are traditionally quite high. So this is a big deal for Tesla, quite simply. And this is going to let them get their cars in the hands of European consumers quicker and more efficiently. Right now, they're shipping cars from Shanghai over to Europe to meet the demand. So this makes a ton of sense for Tesla. We know some basics. It was a $5.5 billion investment, and they're going to be able to make up to 500,000 cars there annually. This starts with the Model Y. We saw some of those customers getting the key fobs this morning. And that's obviously a smaller crossover, which is a red hot segment for Tesla and, of course, the industry as a whole. I think it kind of crosses over, pardon the pun, into a variety of segments. It's a good global vehicle. So it's a very important day for Tesla.
I mean, when you talk about the importance of, kind of no longer having to import the cars from Shanghai, I mean, Tesla is taking on higher costs by placing it there. So why would Tesla want to do that? Is it because they want to be able to have some on-the-ground presence for regulatory purposes so that they can very easily adapt their vehicles to maybe specifically EU regulations? I guess what other types of, considerations were there in putting that there?
So I think you're exactly right. If you want to be a player in Europe, you want to have, a major footprint there. You want to have a factory for starters. And this really gives Tesla a base. They're going to be employing, local folks. And this really lets Tesla, of course, connect with the local community. So you get that sort of like, intangible benefit. But also this does help with logistics. It does help them, communicate with the government authorities and just really understand the Western market, the Western European market. The existing traditional automakers from Detroit, from Asia, have always struggled in Europe. It's a tough place to sell cars. It's a very old, mature market. Volkswagen, Fiat, Peugeot, they've been selling cars there since basically the dawn of the automotive industry. So to go in there is really a big deal. And this to me shows that Tesla is really trying to demonstrate its staying power. They don't just want to ship their cars to Europe. They want to be in Europe and sell cars there. And I think that's a very important milestone and distinction for them.
Now, we know that there's a fifth factory under construction in Texas that I believe would be the third gigafactory in the United States. Just kind of a little bit of speculation here, but where could you see Tesla maybe opening a sixth? We know that a lot of manufacturers here in the United States have turned to Mexico to put other plants. Could you see that being a focus, or could you see kind of the China market, given its significance, being the place for that sixth factory?
Well, I don't have a crystal ball at this point, but it would make a lot of sense to perhaps invest in another factory, perhaps in, the American South or Southeast. That's where we've seen Mercedes and BMW invest in factories there. That could be a play. The China market is growing exponentially. So that's always an opportunity for Tesla to invest in. We have seen some leveling off in China, of course, in recent years, but it's certainly a large market where Tesla will want to be a player. So, we'll see. I think there's a number of cards they could play, to be quite honest.
All right, Greg Migliore, Autoblog Editor-in-Chief, thanks so much for stopping by.